Super quick intro for round 3 because I don't like diving straight into the replays, but as you can see I've already gone. I'm against Killshot 1-1 so far because of the loss against Johnny. Let's see how this one went. Stage 1, I've shown this twice this week. Yesterday I screwed it up. Day 1 I did not, so if you really want to see how this one goes, feel free to check out the video from round 1 or round 2 to see how to play it properly and also how to not play it properly. Otherwise I'm going to move on to Stage 2 because this is pretty standard at this point. Stage 2, a bit of an interesting team, although I'm conflicted on this because this is another room that basically Immortal X-Men can beat, and in general that should always be your baseline these days, but with Daring Warriors taking away Storm in most cases, I could see this doing something. Now, in my case, I did lose a little bit of efficiency, a little bit of bad targeting, unfortunately, and Null surviving a little bit longer than I was hoping for. So kind of lost a few points here and some health on Songbird, but overall, nothing too crazy here. I'll explain what's going on. So Rachel was here just because I wanted to get past Gladiator. I figured Rachel is better than Ares, and I used APOC elsewhere. And if you didn't know, Rachel's passive is actually really good in a lot of game modes because it's not locked behind any sort of game mode. So protect our enemies can't spawn with immunity or safeguard, so that takes care of Gladiator in this case. But also support enemies can't spawn with immunity and can't gain speed bar on spawn. This one is the one that's used most in war to stop Orcus against things like New Mutants or whatnot. So always keep this in mind. Rachel's generally a good way of getting past things like Gladiator if you're spread a little bit thin from that perspective. Otherwise, Songbird is here to flip all this because if Gore goes here, actually, he will re-up the the safeguard, I'm pretty sure, right? So apply safeguard for 2 turns to self-null later allies. So Rachel would be irrelevant here if Gore got to go before anyone else, because she would just put the safeguard back up. So Songbird is here to flip this so that if Gore does go, I mean, he's going to put safeguard up, but it doesn't matter because the taunt is no longer there, and that's really what you want to get past. Obviously no speed stat from Gore and Null because Blastar and Thunderstrike are here. Quasar was here. If I can't control Null, I didn't want Null ultimate to slow everyone and do a bunch of bad things, so he's here just for protection. He's also a faster character. You know, let's pretend there's good synergies with Galactic Council. I mean, he's generally pretty good anyway. So anyway, Songbird here flips everything. Offense down is also never a bad thing here. Almost one-shots the Captain Britain here, which is always fun. Then I figure, well, maybe I can actually just kill Gore before he goes, and that's not a problem. So I do this. In hindsight, I probably should have done this into Null, because I thought I could kill Null before he goes, or at the very least control him, which is what I did. Did the special there, so ability block. Now this is the bad targeting. In a perfect world, Emma would have hit Blastar or Thunderstrike, and then it would have been fine. But she goes into Emma, which ends up hurting a lot because the assist, well, the mind control hits into her and the assist from Null hits her, that's a little bit of bad RNG because it's not a 100% chance to assist at this point. There's only one villain up, so I think it's 50% plus 15, so 65%. Odds are still against me, but I lost a bunch of efficiency just from that one turn. So probably should have specialed with Quasar into Null just to get him killed, and then just it's fine. Gore will do his ultimate. It's not the end of the world. It's really not going to hurt that much, honestly. But anyway, and then Null does a basic. That's fine. Then we do the Thunderstrike special over here. Now, I'm kind of shocked that Null didn't die here, because usually Thunderstrike special just annihilates teams, but I wonder if there's something about it where the number of targets you hit makes it hit harder. There's something weird. It hits way too hard, but who knows. Then Gladiator does his special. I think that kills Rachel, unfortunately, so there goes my efficiency over there. And the rest of this is losing more efficiency because I left Null alive, so the darkness hits are chipping away at me. So again, kind of surprised he's still alive here because I'm hitting him really hard, and I'm continuing to lose a bunch of efficiency. I guess Quasar got it back. But anyway, at this point, kind of lost whatever we're going to lose. and it's just a matter of killing Gladiator, which we do very quickly. So yeah, I probably should have played this slightly differently. Maybe I could have saved, I don't know, 5 efficiency or so, but we'll never know. So stage 3, another semi-interesting room. In this meta, this team is only here really to absorb efficiency, because Black Knight is here to just chip away at you. Obviously Mephisto you have to do something about. Thanos is going to do something about your efficiency. Leader is here to make everyone's health, other than Black Knight, actually health and armor, I think he increases by 50% each. And then Sus also increases health by 25% if I'm not mistaken. So this is primarily here as an efficiency drain. At least that's the way I see it. So let's see how that goes. So the reason why I brought Black Knight and Old Man Logan. So the thing with Sentry is once he takes his turn, speed bar is actually on the table, because he only stops it until he takes a turn. So in my mind, I was worried that once my Sentry goes, if Sus is still alive, he might start just taking turns and ruining my efficiency. So from a safety perspective, I just brought Black Knight, because he'll just hit into him, and then whatever. Now, Mephisto is the highest damage character that's chargeable, so Old Man Logan is right now preventing Mephisto, unfortunately. So Black Knight does keep his charges, and we also got a little bit lucky here, because this Black Knight barely doesn't die here to all the assists and all the damage. So boop, and just barely alive, so he retaliates, takes away a little bit of efficiency. Not the end of the world, but whatever. Then I was debating if I should stun Super Skrull or Mephisto, but neither of those are gonna stick. So I was like, you know what? Sure, I'll just stun Thanos so he doesn't do anything crazy later on. But I forgot that I have multiple characters assisting into this guy, so I immediately pushed him, which hurt my efficiency a little bit. Not the end of the world, but I honestly I'd probably still do that if I had to. Now again, I'm worried about Super Skrull, especially now that my taunt is no longer on here. I don't want him rewinding a bad clump, so I'm just gonna ability block him for safety. Black Knight is already dead. Oh, and the other thing I didn't mention, so this is room 3, so Sentry is always good in room 3, because if you let people take turns with these vulnerables, they're just going to destroy you. And with so much plus health and armor being given out from these characters, he also stops that. So Sentry, yeah, see, enemies' max health, damage, and speed can't be increased. So all the max health that Sus and Mephisto are giving out, plus Leader, is going away. Technically they still get the armor, I guess, but Sentry is performing double duty here, making sure that I don't screw up anything with the room rules, but also making this more efficient because there's just less health to get through. At this point, I just do the ultimate because I'm just trying to kill everyone as fast as possible. I don't really need to do the special. And boop, assist. That's a dead Mephisto. And then we clean up with Black Knight, and I think Old Man Logan takes a turn and that's over. Yep. So fairly straightforward. Sentry on offense is interesting because he will always cost you efficiency. All his attacks chip away at his health. So it's kind of like a weird thing same thing with Phoenix. If Phoenix is ever on offense, you kind of want her to die, but from an efficiency perspective, that's never a good thing. So ultimately, I could have maybe saved a little bit of damage on Gore the way I pushed Thanos, but I think I would have pushed him either way. So I don't know that I could have done much to make this more efficient, but it wasn't too bad. Okay, so this was by far the spiciest room that I had to consider for this round. So Daring Warriors with Blue Marvel. Now Blue Marvel is G21, that's always going to hurt. And he made everyone a fortifier to make sure that, well, I don't know about make sure, I guess. Maybe if you have 5 Diamond Yo-Yo and 5 Diamond Damon, you can still get this done. But basically trying to make this as Damon-proof as possible, which is an interesting choice. If you watch round 1 and round 2, I don't like Damoning these comps. There's too much RNG with who survives, who does Yo-Yo hit, do you get the reset, and so on and so forth. So I did this attack instead today, which is definitely safer, but as you can see is also not super efficient. And I say safer, one of the main reasons why I can do this attack is because I got lucky with a Storm pull. If you don't have a 3 Diamond Storm, Thanos here you replace with something that gives health. So a Super Scroll can go here, a Mephisto can go here. Probably don't do an APOC because even though Blue Marvel is going to go first anyway, giving him that 50% turn meter might make him come back to his second turn too fast. I haven't tested that, but I also needed APOC somewhere else anyway, so figured I'll just bring Thanos since I don't have any other way of removing Safeguard Defense up. I was hoping he would get pushed immediately. I'm a little bit unlucky. This is the second time I've tried this, I think, but he just barely doesn't get pushed, which is a little annoying because my biggest fear here when I don't remove the Safeguard Defense up is, will my Havoc fail to stun Thrasher? Because with the defense up, he gets more resistance, and I did make Havoc a skirmisher, but you never know. So Blue Marvel goes. This is a maxed out Blue Marvel. See, like, how much health do you have here, man? Like, just get pushed, dude. Yeah, 51%. Like, he just barely didn't get pushed. That would have made this safer. Probably the play here is I swap his ISO to something else next time if I do this again, because that'll guarantee the push if he's just a little bit weaker. But anyway, as you can see here, like my Storm kind of barely survives this, even at 5 diamond. If I want to play this safe, I make her a healer. I guess you could also make her a fortifier, but Daring Warriors prevent barrier, so you just want the extra max health on her. But again, like I said before, Thanos could be replaced for something that gives extra health to kind of secure this. Otherwise, everyone else is not at risk of dying, really, so it's fine. But if Storm dies, then it's a coin flip between Havoc and Eclipse. And if you lose that, you're done. But also, with Odin here, you have to stun Thrasher, because if his ultimate goes off, he's going to remove the battlefield effect from Odin. And Odin is basically carrying this fight. So, Storm, boop, she stuns Eclipse, so that's good. Then Havoc does his special here, luckily no resist. And in both cases, these guys are stunned for 2 turns, so they are effectively out of the fight. You don't really need to worry about them anymore. Now we do a basic to get things going. You could special to make everyone healthy. I don't know that matters. And I don't want to try it either. So at this point, I know that these two don't matter. Darkstar is not going to kill any of these two, so I figure, let me just get Blue Marvel out of here as fast as possible. I don't want his passive pings just killing people randomly. So I use the special, because that's damage plus 20% life drain. I also made her a striker just to go a little bit in. Now, unfortunately, Daredevil does kind of kill all the low folks. At least my Thanos gets pushed here. But, like I said, it's the Odin game at this point. He will just end everything. I did special onto, what's-his-face here, Speedball, and the stun did land, even though it can be blocked, so I got a little bit lucky there, but I think either way with the assist, he died, so it wouldn't have mattered. And, I mean, we're basically done at this point. So, ultimate. I was debating doing the Odin special just to heal them up, but, I don't know if that would have really given me much back. Maybe it would have, so maybe 1 or 2 points here, I don't know. But overall, worked out. Kind of spicy, not efficient, but it is a one-shot, and it does not require a risky Daemon attack. At least with the Daemon team that I have. So, Room 5, I guess I'll record this and show it at once, just because I actually have not Daemoned a New Mutants comp. I think I didn't do it the entire last season, because I hate this attack. Or at least I hated it before, because they had the extra stats, and there's always these health thresholds where if you push them in the wrong way, things get bad. So while New Mutants were of smaller size, I didn't like yo-yoing into them, but also when they got bigger, the 50% stats kind of put them into a weird threshold. So that's kind of why I came up with that Blastar Thunderstrike attack, because I did not want to Daemon it. I hate doing any Daemon attacks that are not guaranteed. But this season, with them not having their 50% extra stats, and also with New Mutants being big enough where Yo-Yo is not at risk of doing any weird pushes that pop evades on them, this is a pretty safe attack. And this is where I needed APOC, because you can't bring offense up into this fight, so your only damage modifiers are Iron Patriot, APOC, and Yo-Yo here for the extra vulnerable. So, didn't hit Warlock, which concerned me a little bit, but it really doesn't matter. Where did they go? We'll never know. And finally, stage 6. So I've been messing around with versions of this attack last week and this week, and finally confirmed that it can work pretty well as long as Nova is not on the other side, because Nova changes this quite significantly. So let's see how this actually plays out. So I was a little paranoid. I did make Shaw a fortifier. I probably didn't need to. I should have just made him a raider just for the extra damage, or well, I guess maybe not a raider, because with Lady Bullseye here you can't crit, although the vulnerable is always good. But the tricky thing with Shaw is if you just want him to be the best tank possible, you never want to basic or ISO, because when you ISO, you know, it'll, if you're charged, he'll try to stun someone and then clear the charge. But while charged, he gets a bunch of bonuses. So he gets extra damage, resistance, focus, damage reduction, all that stuff. So if he's a fortifier or a raider, I guess anything other than striker, you're mostly guaranteed to keep that charged unless you're somehow ability blocked and you have to basic. So I figured from an efficiency perspective, let me just keep this guy healthy. It's fine. So again, we basic into Iron Fist because we don't want to hit Hyperion yet. And either way, this special is not really going to do much here. I think it would give defense up, if I remember correctly. Defense up and evades. Those would definitely be useful, and safeguard, but it's a bit of a waste at this point because Shaw is going to tank everything and he's already got immunity plus his charge. So Lady Bullseye goes, strips the charge from Shaw. But then the assist gives it right back. So he definitely takes a bit of a beating. Then we use the Mephisto special here to apply expose to Hyperion, which means he never gets to do his speed bar mechanic, which is great. And then at this point, this Shaw is kind of unkillable, especially as a fortifier, because we do the special, and that's to heal him up, but it's also going to give a bunch of barrier to everyone that's not called Mephisto. See, he's already kind of healed up there. Then Hyperion does his thing, reduces the duration on taunt, but that's fine. Now, this is great because Swordmaster will go at 120 and then Moon Girl will go at 119. So Swordmaster does this and he just removes a bunch of buffs, or well, he removes Safeguard and Immunity, which is actually the only thing we care about right now. Then his Swordmaster will hit into someone, but whatever. He's not going to kill anyone right now because everyone's too healthy, especially if he hits anyone that's not Mephisto. And now Moon Girl, her ultimate is very good in that, if I could find it, it'll clear barrier, which is great, and then it'll attack everyone for a bunch of damage, and then flip all positive effects to negative effects and apply slow. So because Swordmaster just took away all the Safeguard immunity, she gets to flip all this stuff now. So you'll see she will do this, and my aim is 5 diamond because I got lucky, so she hits like a truck, and with the ISO hit, boop. And because she also, actually does she also apply heal block? I really wish this UI would go to who you highlighted. Let's see. I just read it, but I also just forgot. No heal block. I forget where that got applied from. Is it Swordmaster? Enemy one. He'll also do it. Reduce. Yep. So heal block. Yeah. So these two, if you can pull it off, are a really potent combo because he preps them and then she flips and nukes them. So and heal block is great against Iron Fist. So even if he heals before he dies, it doesn't matter. At this point, this fight is over. I'm way too healthy for the state of the board for them to really do anything. Now I can special with Superior Spider-Man and do something. I just did not want this Swordmaster to do his special because that would have been pretty devastating, so I just got him out of the way. Then I Mephisto specialed here. Basic is not as good because he doesn't really have the stats to do too much damage in this room at this point because he doesn't get 100% stats. They do, so the basic does apply a bunch of bleeds, but those bleeds compared to their health are just not really going to do too much. So the special calls in a mind control from a character that's going to do a bunch of damage, so you guarantee the kill. Then I just do the Shaw special again because I was like, sure, let's just give a bunch of barrier. Why not? I could have maybe ulted, but they're not adjacent, so that would have basically been a single target damage attack, and it's basically over at this point. So yeah, if you don't have Nova here, it's kind of easy to kill this team. but then that doesn't mean you can put Nova somewhere else, so we'll see if that was a good play or not. And that was the end of round 3. No idea if I've won yet, but we'll find out within 24 hours, and see you next time.